Hey guys, what it is, it's your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all fades to black. Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, yesterday, this one, oh my gosh, someone wrote this song one time. I can't even tell y'all, never mind. But it was a song about yesterday. Anyways, I can't tell y'all that story. I keep it to myself. Anyways, okay. So yesterday I did tell you guys I was going to respond to this video that I watched of Keeping Up with Passion. Yes, this is prison wife content. So if you just peeping in to see what us prison wives go through, then okay. Or if you are a prison wife yourself, girl, this was a good one. You might want to check out her video. I will link it in my description box down below and you can check that out. But when I watched this, I was on my lunch break, and this video that really touched me. Like I had said before, I didn't get to record it yesterday because money had me doing a hell, and girl, I got home so late. I was tired. I was going to bed good. So I didn't get it done yesterday. But like I told you in the last video, that when you see someone say exactly how you feel, you no longer feel crazy like you feel, and everybody looking at you like you crazy. Like you no longer feel like you're the only one. You see that it really is something that is legitimately that you're going, girl, whatever, that grammar, but you're legitimately going through something. It's not that you're crazy. All right, so let's play a little piece of it, listen to it, and then I'm going to respond.
As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking to you.
Oh, let me give you the title. Okay, prison wife, how to deal with my emotions. Okay, there we go.
How I deal with different emotions and things like that with being a prison wife. I get a lot of comments because you guys want to know. Some people think that I'm happy all the time or it's a happy situation, but
Girl.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I'm not happy all the time. I'm not perfect.
Okay, so let me skip to the part that really, really like touched me.
Comments because you guys want to know. Some people think that I'm happy all the time or it's a happy situation, but I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Turn it up a little.
I'm not happy all the time. I'm not perfect.
Most times you sad.
Angry. Sometimes I'm angry at my husband for being in there, and it's like.
And that part, that wasn't the biggest part, but that part, you can experience being angry with the person for being there. And for me, Marcello is wrongfully convicted. But also there are parts that could have detoured this wrongful freaking conviction. And it could have been not being around the wrong type of people. He was with a family member, but that family member was not doing, the up and up. So when something went down, he threw it on Marcello. So had Marcello kind of just been working and being more so at home, the wrongful conviction couldn't have happened because he wouldn't have been in that element. He wouldn't have been nowhere around at all. Well, actually, I've actually still heard of wrongful convictions. I was watching one story where it actually happened where he wasn't even nowhere around. This was in Chicago, but someone said his name, so they went and found him and put him into it, and that's how he was wrongfully convicted. But so there are small things that Marcello could have possibly did that could have prevented this wrongful conviction, as in watching the company you keep and where you go. Those things could have prevented it. So many times I have thought back like, this is not what the heck I signed up for. When I got pregnant with our daughter, when We plan our life when we plan to get married. We plan from monies. I promise, before she was even born, we had planned her prom. We had planned her graduation, and none of those plans included him being locked up until Jesus returns. Like, none of the plans were with that in mind. So it just feels like, hey, you left me almost. And I have to reel myself back and be like, okay, well, you know, and like she said, I don't know if she got to that part yet, but she says she chose to stay and or to be with him because I think she met him while her husband was locked up. But in my case, I chose to stay. Number one, because he's innocent of his crime. Number two, because I thought that I could help. Number three, I thought that it would pass. So those were my decisions to stay and the reasons that I did stay. But ultimately, it was my decision to stay. So he didn't make me stay. He actually asked me to leave. He was like, "There's no way I can make you go through this. I can't bring you down." And I said I couldn't leave him. I can't. Oh, it's my heart, y'all.
that you made, you already knew where he was at before you made that choice to be in the relationship or before you made that choice to get married. So it's like, how can I be mad at him? I can't, but I'm only human. And
Yeah, that
honestly, I do
part.
get mad. We do argue. Our relationship is not perfect. I do get emotional. I do cry to myself. Sometimes I do
All the time,
shut myself
girl.
out. And when we do talk, I'm quiet. I don't want to talk because everything is in my mind. It's like, I'm this age now. I want to have more children. I want him to be home when I do have more children, to be involved, doctor's appointments, and things like
This is she's touching that nerve. She just said she wanted more children. She now this prison wife, she is in California. They do give them conjugal visits, so they are able to have more children with their husbands if they so desire. But if she so desires to have more children, which she will get into, she will be raising them, by herself if her husband doesn't come home. Florida, this is one of the worst states in America that you can be locked up in. We don't have any type of family visits, no conjugal visits. So there's not even the option to continue your family while your husband's incarcerated. That's off the table for us. So, I mean, that that's why they say a lot of times it can always be worse. So at least she has that option. We don't have that option at all. At all. At all. There's none of that, which possibly a lot more of the relationship burden would be lifted. I remember having a homegirl that she was a prison wife. I didn't even know she was a prison wife because most prison wives hide it because they're embarrassed, because people bring shame on them. Like society treats you like you're nothing because you're a prison wife. So a lot of people just keep it quiet. I have met several prison wives that I never knew they were prison wives until I found out. I was always open with my relationship. I've always been an open person about it because I need help. And I can't get help if a closed mouth don't get fed. I can't get help if I don't open my mouth and let you know I need help with this situation. And so this one lady, when I worked at the super center, her husband was locked up in New York. And she literally, now she had a further distance to go, but she would fly and they give them trailers. Like they're literally together as a family, able to, let me tell you, girl, they were able to bring in food. You can bring in the food. They cook together. Do you know how priceless that is? to actually, for a weekend, be a real family, not this pretend family that I have. I have a husband through a phone line, and my daughter has a father through a phone line in a somewhat visit where they're hovering over you and accusing you of bringing substances and harassing you all day long and giving you dirty looks because you're coming to see your loved ones. That's all we have. And I don't even have that. So that brings me back to be grateful for what I have. So I don't even have those harassing visits anymore. I have no visits. So, oh gosh, crazy. But that's the one thing. Y'all know I love kids. You see me always with my nephews, my nieces, anybody, kids. And kids attracted, they love me. And I'm good with kids. I spend time with kids. I believe that kids deserve more than just dressing them up nice, and they deserve your time. Kids just want to be seen. They just want to be heard. They're humans. They're actually humans. They're little humans. But so many times we don't treat them as such. We act like they don't have feelings. They're not valid and this and that. And that couldn't be further from the truth. So that's why a lot of kids just they feel unseen and unheard by adults. And I see and I hear children. So, I have a special heart for children. And baby, I wanted 5 kids. And she's going to get to that issue. Let me keep playing the video. I wanted 5 kids, but yet I have only one.
I want to have more children. I want him to be home when I do have more children, to be involved.
And that part too, I had to come to grips. I kept holding on. I used to count down. I used to be like, well, I'm 25 now. Hopefully he's home by the time I'm 30. 30 came around. Hopefully he's home by the time I'm, 35. I even talked to one time to my gynecologist, and I'm like, is everything working down there? And she had asked me, am I sexually active? And I'm like, no, I haven't done nothing in over decades and stuff. And she's like, so why would you ask me about having kids? And I'm like, okay, because basically I'm on freeze, I'm on pause. And she was like, have this conversation with me when you're well into your 40s. Well, if you don't come home the day after tomorrow, girl, it's gonna be a wrap. And I'm already a grandmother now, so it really feels like it is team way too goddamn late. I'm out of time, guys. I'm sorry. I have no more time left on my video. See you guys later. Love you.